Okay guys, so last class what we have done is we enabled the cross origin resource sharing for an application, for a REST services web API application, so that we were able to consume the web services or REST services in our application. So to enable that, what we have done is we just added these headers. Okay, custom headers we have added. Okay, this custom headers allow origin, what it will do is, what are the applications they can access my application, my web API. Okay, so what are the applications means different websites or mobile apps, whichever. So that is star we have kept, means anybody can access. Okay, next thing, access control allow credentials. So do we need to pass any credentials or not? That is the part. And then allow headers. So in headers also the content type, what type of content they are passing, so that also we can define here. And then we have allow control methods, control allow methods, what type of HTTP methods are allowed on this application. So that is get, post, put, delete and options. So this is when we define this one in web.config file. This is global level, means entire application the same settings will be shared. Okay, so if you want to take it programmatically, means you can do it in programmatically from C sharp also you can enable the same settings. So how we can do is, and there also in 3 levels we can define our cars. So one is at the global level, same like how we defined in web.config file, we can define in application also, that will apply to entire application. Another is control level. So controller level means, so each that controllers, web API controllers are there, right? So entire controller level we can define the cars. And then action level. So inside a controller again we have action. So each method wise also we can enable the cars. Okay, so that is the, by using the cars library we can do all these things. So how to add these cars to our application? Before that, I will comment this one. Okay. Now we'll try to run this application, both the applications, whether it get execute or not. So we are not able to see the branches list. So you can see the error again. Header is present on the request origin. No allow access control allow origin header is present in requested resource origin. So how we can enable is, now what you have to do is you have to add this library to your application. Web API cars is a library. We have to download it and add it to our application. So that can be done by using your manage NuGet package managers. Just right click on your application name and then manage NuGet package managers. From here you just type cars, CORS cars. So browse for cars. So open cars, web API, ASP.NET web API cars is there. Okay. So this one we need to download. Okay. So just install it. It will be added to your application automatically. Okay. So it got added to my project. Microsoft.ASP.NET. Where is it? So just go to your global.asax page. Okay. So sorry, open web API config.cs file under app start. Here you add this line. Attribute. So you need to give the URL from where we want to access. This is the host name. Host means from which application we are going to access. And then if you give star comma star means we are allowing all the headers, all type of content. Okay. So I have just added the reference. So now run it again. And check here. So still the exception is there. Just a second, guys. This is control level config.enable cars. Config.enable cars. And then we have so still it is giving issue. Just a second. So we what are the origins? Headers we are giving star. Methods also we are giving star. So still it is coming. So now we are able to see this. So the earlier sample also I might have done. So this one also I will check once. Okay, that is because of the forward slash I was keeping. So maybe that's why the problem. So here also they are saying the same thing. Origins parameter credentials. Do not include forward slash at the end of the origins URL. So that's what mentioned, but I was keeping that forward slash. That's why the issue. Okay, so like this, you can enable for entire application. Okay, in this web API config.cs file, if you want, you can do that way. Entire application, you can allow all the methods. Otherwise, you just enable the cars here. Means that says I am enabling cars on my cross origin resource sharing for my services. Then you go to your controllers, individual controllers, you enable cars at entire controller level. Okay, so here also the headers or methods is the last one. If I only mention get, only I am allowing get on this controller. Okay, so there won't be any post method we can try. Means anything if we want to add, that won't allow. Okay, now I am able to see all my branches here. If I want to add a new one, still it is coming. String methods. Get comma post. So let me keep it small and see. Still it is getting added. Okay, this way we can restrict actually. Even they are giving on the website, Microsoft website itself. So the method parameters specifies which HTTP methods are allowed to access the resource. To allow all the methods, use star value. If you want to only get and post, only use get. But did it specify anywhere the post method? Okay. Still it is doing that. So even though we do, it is taking. So don't know what's the issue. Okay, so this way, if you want even restrict the access to different methods, what you can do is you add this cars only at some levels. Okay, I added at the method level, means action level. So when I try to access other methods, it should not allow me. So it says access control allow origin header is no access control allow origin header is present on the request. Okay, so even there may be multiple controllers, multiple action methods inside your application. So what level you want to restrict, that you can do at your ease. Okay, so this is how we can restrict by using web API cars. That is a library that is free to download and apply on your applications. So any doubts on this, or you guys are clear? So you understand it, right? Again, the routing concept. So this one is branches controller. What I can do is route. Okay, I don't want to do it here. So only get method I will do. Route. Normally it is API slash branches. Okay, by default get method is applied, and whenever I browse this URL it is coming. If I want to change this URL, I will do get branches. Okay, this is my URL, and I will use it here. So load branches here. So we'll see first whether it can be accessible or not, the branches. So this is accessible, and how about this? So there is no origin allowed. So first I need to enable, so this is enabled, right? Not running. So that one taken from cache it seems. So now you can see I have modified my URL, that is working fine. So even though get branches. So what if I keep this? So it says no access control allow origin is present. Okay, so I modified the routing the way whichever I want to present the URL to the end user. Okay, I can present. Normally by default this is the URL, means on your host name you can append this and you can see. But if you want to change to some other name, you can change like this by using routing. So everywhere the slash API branches is common if you see anywhere. So what we can do is, if you want to change, you can use root prefix, okay, inside this API slash branches, okay, and now change here, no need to add all the prefix, just the method name can be anything, but to present your URL to the outer world, you can keep your fancy names here. Okay, so this is get branches, that's fine. Next, get branch. So this one I would like to keep like get branch by ID. Okay, like that. This is put branch. This one I can keep like update branch. This is post branch. I can use like root add branch and delete branch, delete branch, and you should not keep any spaces as it is a URL. Okay, just use some underscore like that, that's fine. Okay, these are my methods, and here this branch exists. Okay, if I run this, if you see in Swagger the actual method names, you will not see, you will see the names whatever we have given the URL, the root configuration. Okay, so delete branch, add branch, update branch, get branch by ID, branches. Okay, so this is how it is visible to outer world. This is how you can configure your URLs according to your choice. So fancy URLs. Okay, any doubts on this? So last class guys, any doubts please ask me. So how you understand about ASP.NET MVC? What are the best parts you feel in MVC that are very useful and interesting? Can you guys talk about this?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, Srinivas. So it was like, I think database first approach and code first approach was the easy part. I felt like that.
Okay. That's very easy.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And what are other parts of MVC? What about this webapi?
Sorry, what happened?
What about this webapi?
Yeah, web API as well. So I think that not very different for the web API. I tried database first approach, code first approach, and one application for web API.
Okay.
So I have to try with jQuery, MVC with jQuery. I need to try that, and this Swagger as well.
Okay. So the thing is, you don't need MVC application at all. Okay. See,
Uh-huh.
if you develop your web API properly,
Okay, yeah.
you don't need your MVC application. Okay. You can plainly
Okay.
you can develop by using HTML5 and jQuery.
Yeah, HTML and jQuery.
Okay. Those front-end
Okay.
developers they can write by using just jQuery and HTML5 CSS3. With these three combination, they can develop a front-end application. Means
Front end application.
customer facing, something like our branches, school branches like this, right? So
Right, right.
this one they can develop very easily. No need of any C sharp code. See, in my web API, this newly controller, what I have done. So this and all, for to explain MVC, I used. But if you commit this, only one method
Right.
is there. This is
Okay,
only.
okay.
This is only there. Got it?
Yeah,
So
right.
there is no need of your this backend also. Means MVC application not at all required if you have a proper web API.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's
Yep.
what.
So, okay, okay. So web API is like if we do that, then we don't need MVC.
Yeah, we don't need MVC. So by using
MVC.
plain jQuery, HTML, JavaScript, and CSS3,
And
you can
CSS.
develop application.
Yeah, right. Okay, okay.
And even the same web API you can consume in your mobile application also.
Okay.
So that's where this web API is getting more popular. REST services, representational state transfer. REST means RES services, representational state
Okay.
transfer.
And how they develop for the mobile application, like
So
where they
this is the
do
way.
coding and
So
all
all the
stuff.
mobile applications nowadays. So
Uh-huh.
I am not familiar with this one. So Java
Oh,
or
okay.
iPhone. Okay, so they have their own class libraries to consume a REST service. Okay, I will show you
Okay.
here. So we already seen this, but again I will show you.
Okay.
So what you can do is in your models, right click, add,
Right.
now REST API client. Okay, so
Okay, RESTful.
this one already we have seen, but again I am giving a quick. Okay, so you just paste it here. Okay, now you add that reference. So it generated all my branch controller, value controller, everything. If you go and see this branch controller, what they are doing, base URL, client absolute URL, and then percentage 20, process HTTP request. Okay, so we have a class called web client. Okay, so web client is a class. I will show you that also. So from C sharp also you can consume actually the web services.
Oh, okay.
So the same way each language will have their own native web client like class will be there in Java or iPhone or Android language. Okay, even PHP they will have base address. You just give your application. So this is get branches. We'll use this. API slash branches. Okay, like this, and then find that. Open read async. Open read of address. So result is a string. Just a second, otherwise I will take a quick sample. This one, application just this. So this is just okay. This is how we can do. So it came here. So let me enable the parts for everything. So it is there, but still. Something. So now you can see the list of branches came here. Okay. So this is how you can consume from C Sharp also. So the same technology, same HTTP client thing like things will be there in your Java, PHP or any technology. If you take any technology, there will be some class you can handle all the REST services like this. Okay, even if you go to Android, Java applications or PHP applications, wherever you go, they will be like this. Even the REST client what we generated, internally the code is not shown outside, but internally they will use this HTTP client and they get the results. Okay, so the same way they will consume your services from web mobile applications and they develop their applications. So any more doubts?
No, Srinivas. I'm good. Thanks.
Yeah. So guys, all are you clear? So this is the last class. Please ask me any questions you have. So you can practice the same application what we practiced in ASP.NET, the school database. Okay. And there is a good market for this MVC, jQuery, HTML5, SQL Server. So you will get easily jobs. The topics whatever we discussed in MVC and Web API, so very important. Really the swagger is very important. Otherwise, you need to write many methods. Okay, so if you don't have something like this, what you have to do, right? You write all these services and open Excel. There you define what is your JSON model, means this kind of string you need to prepare and you need to give to the end users, means who are consuming your application. So you are writing your web API and somebody, they are developing the front end application, or take a mobile application developer, he is developing some Android application and you are developing your web API. So what kind of response he will get, what kind of input he has to give, everything is JSON only. So what is the JSON format, what is the method URL, everything you have to give using an Excel. If that is a very big application, what you have to do? There are many controllers, many methods, around some 100. So for each and everything you have to write in an Excel. What are the input parameters I have to pass? The input parameters format, what it is, and what response I will get. So here if you see the status code, it will send 200. So what status code it will return? Okay, so like this you need to give all the details in a document to the web developer. Instead of that, this Swagger is very helpful, and this is they recently, very recently they launched, just 1 or 2 months back, so nobody knows in the market. And even this web API cars also, people, they don't know, because people may know but not many. So why this cars is to access the uh, cross origin, means the web API running on a different domain or different machine, and you want to access that web API in different types of applications, you should be able to provide access to those applications. By using cars, you can enable that. Okay, that is another important question they will ask in interviews. What is cars? So they don't even ask you like that. They will ask you like, so can I access my web API hosted on a different machine in my local application or any other application? So in a different application, can I access my web API? So that's what they put question in interviews. So you may tell like yes, yes. So they will ask you very immediately. So have you ever tried? Yes, I have tried. You may tell yes, I have tried, or you may not tell, so that I don't know. But the right answer is cars. You should tell. So cross origin resource sharing, by using these settings, I can enable my web API to be consumed in client applications. Okay, and then request lifecycle, MVC, that is important, and then the state management techniques, view back, view data and temp data. These are very important in terms of interview. Okay, Rager engine, that is C sharp code only, but how to write that C sharp code in CS HTML file, means you need to put at the rate. Okay, and then HTML helpers, that is very important. You need to practice that. Instead of studying, you need to practice that HTML helpers. Okay, so all these are very important to this MVC framework, and this is a brand new in the, not brand new, it is daily getting more advanced, the feature set in MVC. So this is very popular and you will get jobs very easily in this technology. Okay, any more doubts? You guys are good, so you can contact me anytime. I think I have given you my email ID, right? Okay, you can contact me there, I sent the email. Okay, so thank you guys. Any more doubts, or shall we close the class?
Thank you, Srinivas.
Okay, thank you guys. Bye, all the best. Okay.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.